Y'all know the vibes. All right, let's get to it. It's Broyougood. You'll probably see me on Twitter. I told y'all I'll do some gun stuff for y'all, so I'm going to do a quick video. Well, quick. I don't know how quick it is. I don't plan none of this stuff. I just do it. So I'm gonna do a video about what to look for on your first gun store trip, trying to see what you want, what you should look for, what you should expect, etc., etc. So let's get into it. When you're looking for a gun, there's a couple things you want to look for because it kind of depends on what you're looking for also. By doing this video, I'm just going to assume a lot of you guys are probably new, or if you're not, you're probably experienced and, you shot a little bit, but you still could use some recommendations. So we're here. When you're looking for a gun, and I know it's a little scarce out there right now as far as like trying to get guns and all that, but what you're looking for is, it depends on if you want something that's, like a holster. Well, mostly anything you can put in a holster, but I would recommend going with something compact, like some subcompact. I wouldn't say get a full size. Full size would be kind of like something like this, about like 5-inch barrel. You don't really want something like this on your hip. It's really heavy. Well, this particularly is not heavy, but most like full size, they're really heavy. You don't want to try and like, come off the hip or something like that. So I wouldn't recommend that. This is technically like compact per se, but it still got like almost like a full size barrel. This is one of my favorites because of the grip. So if you want something that's going to be like holster, I would say something around this size. This is the SIG P2 2022, my bad. 9mm, it also comes in 40. I recommend 9. Like, I've shot a 40. I'm good with 40, but I like 9 better. It's a lot easier to follow up. Thing I like about this gun safety, make sure you all check first. This gun in particular doesn't have a safety on it, but it does have, it's a hammer fire, and there's a decocker on the side of it. That's one of my favorite features about this. It feels really good in the hand. Like the trigger's nice on it, the mag release. It's like, this is one of my favorite guns. Like, I'm in the process of working on my license to carry. Once I get my once that officially comes back and I can conceal carry, I'm gonna like holster and everything. Like this is gonna be it. Also, with before I put this away, I personally think hammer fire is the way to go because a lot of them do have decockers. You could run it like, if you get you one with a safety, and I'm gonna show that in a second. You can get you one, if you do get one with a safety, you can put the safety on it while running, hammer cocked and one in the head, so you're ready to go. So yeah, I do like hammer fire. This is this would be subcompact. This is a Taurus TH9C. It's one of my favorite ones. I like to carry. Like shoot at the range more, but it's one of my favorite ones because also hammer fire. Drop the mag so I can tell y'all, gun safety. Hammer fire, it has a decocker just like the SIG that I showed you guys. And what I also like about it is you could, I'm tripping. Like say if you had one in the head, run it with the hammer cock, and this has a safety. This, like I said, subcompact, comes with 13 in the mag. There's another, that's the flush mag. There's another mag that has 15 or 17 extended. So that's one of my favorite also. Now, as I said, when you get to the point where you're looking for what you want something that's, in my opinion, something that's small that you can conceal. You don't want something that's big and bulky, that's gonna like have like a huge print, bulging. You don't want none of that. You want something nice and small that, if you need to use it, you can pull it out easily and, it's ready, all of that. I think something compact. You also want to look at your grip. Like you want to be able to like get a nice like grip around it. You know, you don't want to like have your pinky all over the place and you can't like get a good grip. Lots of gun ranges these days, they won't let you dry fire. So, and what dry fire is just, you know, like once you check the gun, make sure it's empty, you can like pull the trigger. Like they won't let you do that a lot at the gun range. So you can't really test the trigger out on a lot of them. So it's good to, you know, YouTube stuff, like look up reviews, or, you know, come to me, ask me about certain guns. I look up a lot of stuff and try a lot of stuff, so you can ask me also. But yeah, like what you definitely want to look for is you know, like your grip on it. You want to make sure it's got a good grip. You want to look at, like, a lot of these have the same type of sights, which you can switch out. So that's a good thing about most of like the sights on these guns. You can swap them out. You can get you some night sights, so it's, you know, in case of something in the, you know, in the 90, you gotta, like, it's a lot easier for stuff like that. Breaking them down is like, for like the maintenance on it, I say your first one, you do want something that's a lot easier to take down. Like you don't want something that you gotta like use all this extra stuff. Like this one is, you know, you just do like that, pop it and it'll break down. Most people want something with a safety. And I get that, because, you know, they're just like, hey, I'm scared, I don't want it to accidentally go off. Guns don't just accidentally go off. Like if you're not safe when you pulling it out, and you got your finger on the trigger, it goes off. Yes, that happens, because you should not have your finger on the trigger. If you're not about to fire, don't keep your finger on the trigger. Like, but back to what I was saying. You want to make sure you can get a good grip around it. You know, like especially when you're firing, you want like a good grip on it. I said the trigger, like your mag release. This one has an ambidextrous mag release, so I like that about it. I can release from either side, so that helps if, you know, working with a left hand, you know, left-handed, I can, you know, push it on both sides, and that's good. You also want to look for like price-wise. Like don't just go straight to like, oh, there's this, you know, expensive ass SIG, let me get that. And that's no diss to SIG. Like SIGs are really, really good. Speaking of, like this SIG, I got this for under $500. So that's not the shit on SIG at all. But SIGs are like really high in price. Glocks are also. Glocks are extremely reliable and customizable, but the price is up there. You're gonna pay like almost $600 for a brand new Glock. So that's something to keep in mind. So when you're looking, definitely try and, you know, stick under a certain price. Look, you know, stay for your budget. You know, your mag capacity. You don't want, you know, something that doesn't have like enough rounds, and so keep it, you know, your rounds, mag capacity, your grip on it. Like I said, most places won't let you try the trigger out, so that might not be a thing. A lot of places still do, but, you know, and if they do, you know, get a trigger or pull, see how much pressure you have to put on it. Some of them have really, really like long press triggers. Hammer fires are like that also. If you like with this one, the first shot is like really simple, but without that, it's a lot of pressure on it. So that's something to consider when you're looking at your first gun. Back to what I said earlier about like your maintenance wise, like you really want something, like especially for your first gun, you want something that you can easily like break down. Hold up. Like you want something that's like really easy to take down and put back together, so that you're not playing with it all day and like confused as hell. Like, so definitely look for that. So like, and I don't think most stores will let you break it down in the store or whatever, but it's just something to, you know, just something to consider. Something that you can easily take apart. Let's see. So gun maintenance, the sights, the trigger, mag capacity, like some of the special features, the grips. Like that's pretty much all you really looking for. Also, just a, like heads up while you're at the gun range. It's a part of gun safety. don't sweep your barrel past anybody. And what I mean by sweeping your barrel past somebody, like say they'll tell you to like, like point it at the back wall or whatever. But if you're pointing at the back wall, you don't want to just, keep going like this and sweeping it past them or sweeping it past, like that makes people nervous. So, if you're gonna point it, like what I normally do, I just point at the ground. Like I'll point right at the ground, get a good grip on it, see how it looks, and you go from there. So make sure you like I said, keep that in mind. Like gun safety, don't sweep your barrel past people. It makes them nervous and it'll make them want to take the gun from you. Research your guns. Like don't just go grab anything. Don't look at, oh, this thing has a super cheap price, let me get it, because now you got this big ass bulky high point and them shits are garbage. So don't do that. Other than that, man, that's really it, man. It's not too much to, it's not like, super complicated when you want to go get you a gun or any of that. So just, get you something, have fun with it, grow with it, and go from there, man. If you got some questions, just hit me up. I can answer pretty much anything. Like I know a bunch about guns. I look up things that I don't know. So if you got questions, I may have answers. If I don't have answers, I'll get back to you really quickly about it. Well, y'all got anything else, man? I'll be here. Bro, you good?